I'm Aleksandra, and this is LDM News, the web TV of Istituto Lorenzo de' Medici, an international higher education institution based in Florence, Italy. It is thanks to the LDM students that we're able to provide news and information relevant to English speakers who are new to our beautiful city. LDM students turn into reporters and work together with the editors of The Florentine, which is the most popular local newspaper published in English, giving information about day-to-day life of Florence. Every semester, students are encouraged to join this internship program as it gives them an opportunity to experience real-world journalism and develop new skills.
My internship began by shadowing the production, so editing and filming, until one day I was put in front of the camera for the first time ever. Details, and it was a very shocking experience. I didn't expect it to happen. Okay. But once I got in front of the camera, I realized that I was very confident with a fashion show right here on the steps of the Basilica di San Lorenzo. Creating my own scripts, doing more of journalistic writing, video journalism, broadcasting. So it was really an awesome opportunity to have this internship and to put my educational experiences from back home to work here abroad.
This internship is just one example of the work experience programs LDM has been developing for years, making sure that students learn not only through demanding coursework, but also by interacting with professionals in their chosen career field.
My internship experience here in Italy has been absolutely amazing, especially with Tamara, because I don't know, they're very relaxed in their company and there's a lot of really young people involved, and so it's fun. You don't really feel like you stand out or you don't belong, and they do a really good job at kind of making you feel like you're a part of the team.
Tamara is a company that works with a lot of fashion luxury brands on the communication areas.
They give me work that challenges me, but that, I know that I'm capable of doing. And it's nice because I have someone kind of under Guido that kind of helps me along the way and critiques my work and, teaches me little tricks here and there that I wouldn't necessarily learn in a classroom because someone's not by my side, all 10 hours of the week.
The experience for me, my company and all the staff was very fantastic because Lindsay was very helpful for us. She's polite, she's skilled about the web design. She made a lot of jobs for us, especially newsletters, web design.
We are in Villa Salviati, which is the host for the historical archives of the European Union. The UI is a very international place, so there's not a dominant nationality. We are based in Italy, but people here, workers, students, people who work in projects come from all over Europe and all over the world.
It was a very international community, so they have people from all over the world, different backgrounds, so it really helped me how to interact with different people with different backgrounds, so it's part of intercultural communications.
With the collaboration of Lorenzo de' Medici, we are very happy to host trainees that can bring to our team their experience. Noel was really helpful in providing his knowledge.
I like the people, how I was part of the team, I was part of the family. I wasn't treated as an outsider, I was more part of a member of the EUI.
And the State of the Union conference, which took place last week, the main event was in Palazzo Vecchio, and Noel helped us in the setting up of multimedia contents, so web advertising and in general social media channel management for the conference.
There we connected with a lot of people, for example, Matteo Renzi, Prime Minister of Italy, Prime Minister of Portugal. We also had an interview with Prime Minister of Ecuador. So it's a very opportunity, very professional, very personal. They would take and they will have a different view of what is international business. I would think it's the right place to learn about international business and international settings working.
LDM is committed to always expand and update its academic program, with experiential learning considered a priority. students gain a better understanding of their chosen fields through coursework that emphasizes academic excellence and professional expertise in equal measure.
Throughout this course, creating the multimedia sports narrative, what students learn is to create digital storytelling projects. They create their own digital storytelling projects, their own multimedia stories. They run their own blogs that they set up at the beginning of the course, and then they update weekly. So at the end, they will be doing about 10 to 12 blog entries, and these focus on experience that they gain directly on the field. So each student is assigned a specific venue that they get to follow, whether it's baseball, basketball, softball, tennis, boxing, soccer, cycling. Florence is so sports-centered that it's easy to find a solution for every student according to their needs. This will also open the student to a different cultural, social vision that's different from what they're used to back at home. For example, this year students got to approach a baseball venue here in Florence, and it was completely different to what they were used to seeing back at home. It's not primarily a textbook-based course, so the students do not have a fixed textbook that they follow. We point mostly on hands-on experience. So what I do outside of class, I try to transport it to the students and let them learn as much as they can. I as well follow them directly on the field, so this helped a lot as well to integrate them, to let them know the relevant people and collect all the different medias that they needed.
Think about the students. They are coming in Italy not just from another country, but sometimes often from another continent. So, when they come in Italy, they are meeting new people in Florence, at the school, around the city. They are learning new things every day. They are understanding new cultures, and they feel that when they are in class with me, they want to do the same. They want to learn new things from another point of view. And in this case, a point of view of a professional of another continent. And that's the real value, because I'm teaching them job skills, not just academic stuff. We mix theoretical aspects with practical ones.
We learn to write for the screen directly. So it's very little theoretical and more practical. So from the very beginning to the very end, we take an idea into class, an idea we love, we care of, and we learn how to transform that idea into a successful story. So in the class, you learn that actually it's possible to find the words already in your skills because they are there. You have those skills already. So we develop writing skills, creative skills of every kind. We discuss a lot about style and format and genre, and I always use real materials. So we read scripts written by writers better than me, and we discuss them, and through them we learn how to find our own style. The environment you live in, you study in, is crucial. If you are inspired, you're just happier to write, to put your experiences down into words. So Florence is the greatest place in the planet if you want to become an artist. And by chance it happens that Lorenzo de' Medici is spread in the heart of this wonderful piece of the world. I tend to define my class sort of meeting point where we all meet to conquer a common goal. The common goal being to transform the course, the workshop, into a proper career. In the screenwriting course, we also meet producers, directors, screenwriters. We are very lucky again in Tuscany because some of the most important figures of this world, the movie industry, they chose to live here.
By building meaningful relationships with professional individuals, LDM has been able to offer a unique learning experience which is extremely beneficial in the students' pursuit of their chosen career. LDM has the honor to count such experts as Vittorio Storaro amongst its affiliates.
With Fabrizio Guarducci, we met 35 years ago. It was the beginning of the institute, beginning of my career in cinematography. We became friends, And when anytime that was possible for me, I came back to make a master class here at the Institute. Recently, it was just a few months ago. Always we talk about the chance to give me an honorary degree, and that was something very, very important for me because, you know, I done so many study in photography and cinematography, but I was never graduated in university, in a real university. Today I own 3 honorary degree in different university, Poland, Italy, and New York, 4 different academic honoris causa, 4 different academy. And that makes me feel that it means that my journey in cinema left an imprint.
This year, LDM has opened a new School of Science. Students will advance their knowledge through rigorous science courses provided by LDM in collaboration with leading Italian institutions, which offer state-of-the-art teaching and research labs. The courses are designed to help students better understand Italy's contribution to modern science through an examination of scientific discoveries from the Renaissance to the present.
We started the School of Science both in Florence and Rome in recognition of the many challenges to humankind in the 21st century, which need solutions that can be found from science, technology and engineering. So we want to offer opportunities to students in these fields to come to Italy and study in a rich historical context of scientific developments.
In the School of Science, students learn how these discoveries and individuals behind them have influenced societies and ultimately shaped the world we live in.
The students will benefit greatly from coming to Italy, not only because they will find rigorous science courses, but they can also engage in a very rich historic and cultural environment that exposes them to the developments of modern science and technology.
Within the new School of Science, LDM provides a great new opportunity in the form of the STEM program. Based on our Rome campus, the STEM program provides immersion in the long-standing scientific tradition Italy has to offer.
The science department in Rome will offer courses in chemistry, biological sciences, in human anatomy, as well as environmental sciences and mathematics. These courses are offered in partnership with accomplished universities, accomplished Italian universities, so the students will experience very well-educated faculty as well as very professional settings for the laboratories. At the core of the program is a course of Italians' contributions to modern science, which all the STEM students will take on top of the laboratory and other courses in their respective fields. The course will highlight, of course, some of the important Renaissance figures such as Leonardo da Vinci or Galileo Galilei, but we will also talk about modern scientists such as Enrico Fermi and others that have significantly contributed to the furthering of science and technology.
Although the Rome campus is part of a big city, it is more intimate than the main Florence campus, and it is therefore best suited for students seeking personalized study in the field of science. We're in Tuscania, in the Latian countryside, about halfway between Florence and Rome. This is a truly pastoral setting, and students who are based on our local campus get to experience a more traditional side of Italian life. It's a full immersion experience, and integration with the local community is an essential part of the academic program. To further enrich the Tuscania program, LDM has teamed up with the municipality, offering an internship in public communication. We are about to meet with Franco Ciccioli, the councillor of Toscania, who is going to tell us about the benefits of this internship.
Gli aspetti unici sono quelli di far coordinare la parte della cultura intesa con il loro studio nei meccanismi interni appunto della pubblica amministrazione e del programma che devono svolgere qui in questo paese bellissimo.
Courses offered in Toscania focus on history, culture and art. After all, this is a place that inspired such artists as Pierpaolo Pasolini and Orson Welles. Courses related to preservation of cultural heritage have been an integral part of the academic program since the school's inception 40 years ago. Today, LDM continues its engagement with the study of archaeology, conservation and restoration, and allows its students to take as much as they can from the wealth of expertise and artifacts, putting them in contact with the world's leading academics.
We will be organizing the 11th International Congress of Egyptologists. So we are expecting many delegates. Already we have 700 enrolled, so this is going to be a huge event for Florence and also for LDM. This scientific event, which will take place in beautiful places, the Egyptian Museum in Florence, Palazzo Vecchio, is organized also with the support of Lorenzo de' Medici, who will give us a hand in organizing this huge event and also probably in the proceedings, which will be published afterwards. Recently, we also collaborate with Lorenzo de' Medici at their very interesting project on the realization of the two lyres of Ur, which were discovered a few decades ago by Woolley in the site of Ur in Mesopotamia. And Lorenzo de' Medici realized, following the procedures of experimental archaeology, two perfect examples of these incredible artifacts which belong to 4000 BC.
The power comes from the intention of the Lorenzo de' Medici to take the challenges in promoting projects that put together different cultures, students, and helps them to broaden their minds, their interests, to be empowered by these projects, to make connections also among themselves and among various cultures. So this is something that for the Lorenzo de' Medici Institute is very important.
It's great because it comes all the way from London, and I am a Mexican student studying right now here in Florence, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The lyra reconstructed jointly by students and experts has been modelled on the original lyra of Ur, which is exhibited in the British Museum.
And we're making the silver lyre here with the Lorenzo de' Medici Institute in Florence, and we are from England, part of the Gold Lyre of Ur project.
I think it's great that the school offers these opportunities. It's a way for us to learn on the job, not only on the books, like we say, because we can read a lot of things, but it's very different to read and to do.
We have jewelry students, we have restoration students to approach techniques that had been used in the past and apply them again.
We are using bitumen that we've got from the Baghdad Museum, was sent to us from all the way from Iraq. We're using the correct shells from the Indian Ocean, exactly the same as the Sumerians would have used. And we're learning again how to put it on in the old ways. You can see us here trying to put the bitumen on and the shells, and hopefully I think we'll make a nice job of it.
Using this experience, I hope I can create more and beautiful things. It's really the start, and I think I'm starting pretty good. I had never done something like this.
Exploration of the Italian heritage and culture is not limited to its historical aspects. To make the learning experience as comprehensive as possible, also contemporary influences and current problems related to architecture and urban design are studied in class and explored in practice.
Because LDM has a very strong relationship with the City Council of the City of Florence, this gives us an incredible chance to work on actual parts of the city, like Parco delle Cascine, and to work on the real world.
Most architecture classes you're learning about the past, where sustainable is like very innovative, so that was really nice to have.
We base our classes on the experience of the city. In fact, we consider Florence as our textbook. and on the observation of the city and on the interpretation of the city, the spaces between buildings and the lifestyle of citizens within the city.
For most of my classes I had to go out and go a few site visits, and that kind of opened me up because most of them were on the outer banks, and when I'm with my friends I kind of with the center of Florence mostly, so it was kind of nice to explore that way.
We decided to pick Cascine Park as an area for the development of the 3 projects. The first is a residential approach with units over River Arno. Another one is a museum facing the river with the park on the back. Then we have a study of how the main axis and the main geometry of the original park changed and can be developed in the future.
There is a project that is very controversial of an underground parking. So students could compare their own analysis with the analysis coming from the city council with the project of the underground parking. And we had discussions on it. So students could compare the two. And then we moved to our third solution. So what could we do in the area?
In America it's more like curriculum based, where here it's definitely like trying to enforce that people understand like the total aspect of what's going on. So there's a lot more open-minded here, where in America it's a lot more strict, and I like it, honestly.
Because LDM believes that students can learn not only from professors and professionals, but also from each other, it continues its efforts in multidisciplinary learning. A new course in food photography is a meeting ground for the students of photography and culinary arts. By learning the fundamentals of food design, composition and styling, as well as extensive lab practice, the students gain a broad array of transferable skills and are better prepared for the interactions that take place in a professional environment. Students of the food photography course participated in the annual art and design exhibition, Art is in the Square. Art is in the Square is a celebration of the talents and achievements of LDM students. It's a day-long event open to the public and held at the end of every academic year. Exhibited works from departments of fine arts, photography, architecture, as well as jewelry, interior and graphic design were selected by a jury comprising of working professionals, who together with course professors gave feedback to all students competing for a spot at the exhibition. This is a coronation of a successful year for LDM students, who at the end of their study abroad experience give back to the community what they've learned and been inspired by. The theme of this year's exhibition is development and collaboration, and all selected works will in some way address, illustrate or exemplify the important themes of development, solidarity and cooperation between peoples.
This is real life. It's completely opened my eyes and my perspective, and I've seen that in my artwork portrayed equally in how I'm opening my eyes to Florence.
A really good way to represent what we have been learning about working together and communication between peoples and cross cultures is a really difficult thing to grasp until you're in it. So I think that LDM definitely did a really good job in getting us used to it and adjusting to it really well.
The teachers did so much work, and I've done art shows in the past, and this has been one of the most enjoyable ones. The fact that it's in Italy, also the teachers helped us with everything, and pretty much all we needed to do was put our best effort in with the artwork, and they helped us with hanging, and we had an amazing architect set up everything. So it was really relatively easy, and now we get to see it for everyone to enjoy.
The teachers are really they really care about how you feel about school and your projects and your work, and they really want to help you. And that's not the same back home, so that's why I really love being here. Teachers are more like your colleagues instead of than your real teachers. They really help you improve your work.
Like there's a product at the end of the class. It's not just you took a test, wow, you got an A. No, it's so much more exciting to be able to have a portfolio of work after the course and to be able to show to your parents back home or your friends how much you really learned and gained from the experience as a whole.
Coming to LDM really opened my professional opportunities, because instead of being withheld to the specific projects that were assigned. They assigned projects with the openness of professionalism where you choose, because in the real world, as an artist, nobody tells you what to paint. You need to choose, you need to exhibit, you need to put yourself out there, you need to have the confidence, and I really believe that LDM has given that to me.
Well, I feel like at LDM you really get a hands-on learning with all the classes, really. Even some of the classes where I didn't expect to be doing hands-on projects, they really make it so that everybody gets the opportunity to do something.
Working in kind of a real world fashion environment where you do have to do fashion illustrations and produce garments, and these different methods that we've learned at LDM has definitely given exposure to that learning opportunity, and I've been really appreciative for that.
Well, being in Florence is just so much of an inspiration because it's such an international city. So you really start to think more globally, especially when you're designing too. Instead of having these ideas of where you grew up and where you came from, you really start to think about fashion in a global way.
This year's event is held in collaboration with Festival d'Europa, during which Florence becomes a hub for cultural and academic debate about the future of Europe. Student projects presented at Artists in the Square reflect the larger theme of the festival, which is development and collaboration. These concepts perfectly convey the broader culture at the core of LDM's approach to learning.
So I decided to come to Italy, did some research, found LDM, and this is where I'm taking a few graduate level classes or just higher level art classes. Art classes can go either way. They can be like, really I'm paying for this type of thing, or they can be more than you asked, and this is more than I asked for sure.
This really gives me a look into what I'll be doing in the future, and so for me it's this kind of like the segue into what I'll be doing for the rest of my life, and it really makes me want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Based in the historic center of Florence, LDM aims to integrate formal university-level learning with personal growth, individual engagement, and community responsibility.
LDM really helped us students learn and get the skills that we needed to make this possible. We started from the very beginning phase of pre-production, where we come up with the title, the concept, our aims and objectives, all of the things that we learn about in the course material, and then we were able to actually apply it to this awesome event. And in the process we learned so much about not only coffee but Italian culture, how coffee is integrated in that culture, and we were really able to work on some outreach with the Italians who live in Florence, because this event isn't just for students, it's not just for Americans, it's not just for tourists, it's for everyone. So we're really hoping that through this we were able to kind of reach out to people, bring them in, and just show them all not only what we learned about coffee, but what LDM has prepared us to show about in our skills and event planning as a whole.
Not many people get to do this. Most people sit in a classroom and they have to learn about event planning. We're actually coming out here and creating events, which not many people can say and utilize, and it really helps us learn and mold better.
LDM students of Master in Museum Studies have had the opportunity to collaborate with Fondazione Fratelli Alinari and gain access to its vast and precious archives. The resulting virtual exhibition, entitled Destruction Reconstruction, explores a variety of threads to cultural heritage in the Mediterranean.
I was kind of a lot into the Milan Expo part of it, so creating the brief about what the Milan Expo is and how it can relate to our event. So I'm running the Milan Expo booth right now, and I put together a lot of the information with that specific part.
LDM had a course that gives students the opportunity in event planning to actually plan an event. Instead of just sitting in a classroom and reading through a textbook and hearing lectures about what you would do someday if you were to pursue this career, we're actually working in groups under the instruction of our professor and having to plan what you guys are able to see tonight.
I'm really bad at organization, and so I learned all about organization for events specifically and how I can put it together in like a nice plan so that I can get stuff done on a deadline, and that's a big thing for me. So I learned how to be organized in event planning.
It's been a year since the launch of New Mercato Centrale, where LDM has opened Cucina Lorenzo de' Medici. The kitchen has successfully served as a tool for LDM students to be better integrated with the local community. Because the kitchen is seen as a symbol of tradition and a cultural factor, LDM has partnered with Cuochi Virtuali, the Virtual Cooks Network. The network allows professionals working in Italian cuisine industry outside of Italy to meet and preserve the authenticity of Italian gastronomy. After performing at the Expo 2015, the virtual cooks will connect with Cucina Lorenzo de' Medici, passing on the fresh ideas developed at the world's biggest fair. LDM continues to build opportunities for meaningful interactions between students and the community in which they live and study, also through its partnership with Italy, which is one of the largest fine food stores in the country. An extracurricular activity called Slow Drink, dedicated to the 750th anniversary of Dante's birth, was organized by LDM and hosted by Italy. It was moderated by experienced members of the slow food movement, which has been created in response to the proliferation of the fast food culture. Through all of Slow Drink activities, students learn to appreciate artisanal local produce and fine wine and gain a better understanding of these fundamental aspects of Italian culture.
Living in the Tuscany region, there's so much to get out of that, and being able to learn about it and try all these amazing wines through the program has been really cool. And you can tell the people that lead this activity know so much about what they're doing. I would never have tried Lampredotto or tripe on my own because it's kind of a weird concept, but again, part of gaining things from the culture that we're in, I loved trying it, and I loved hearing about how it was made and hearing the history about Dante and just thinking about when he was alive, these are the foods he was eating, and we're getting to try them today too, so that was really cool.
I learn about different regions in Italy, different parts, different people. I get to interact with new producers that come from all over Italy, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to learn more about Italian culture and try new things and meet new people. And I've really enjoyed every single slow drink activity I've been to. At the heart of the activity here with LDM is we always emphasize to drink good wine, but also to drink in moderation and drink with care, because that's definitely one of the most important aspects when it comes to wine tasting. When I go back home, I will have a greater appreciation for high quality but simple foods. The foods we have here are not always extravagant, but they're always high quality, and it's given me a new appreciation for simpler things. While being here, I've been inspired to be a better person. Just being the recipient of so much kindness here. People that I don't know go out of their way to help me. I'm in this foreign environment where I'm not fluent in the language. Not even sure I'm proficient. I can get around, but just so many people have gone out of their way to help me, and it's inspired me to want to do the same for others and to really look to go out of my way to help others as well.
Always remember, drink, good stuff.
To make sure that the students are connected to the local community also in practical, day-to-day matters, LDM has developed free applications for all major platforms. This project started by providing services and information about the main campus, and students can browse through LDM Florence and LDM Housing to find answers to frequently asked questions. These are grouped thematically for ease of use and include emergency contact information and health and safety guidelines. Located in the flyout menu are further services including a drop a question option and a daily chores to-do list. This has been LDM News. Through our online channel, you can find out more about the life of our school and the myriad learning opportunities offered by LDM. Thank you for watching and arrivederci!